Oh yeah. Well, I mean, first off, you can even see Singer's influence or his style in the trailers for the new Fan 4 movie.
Oh yeah.
Which I haven't watched yet. I'll catch it at the cheap cinema or on Netflix, whatever. I don't care.
Well, there was. We'll get to that in a minute. I wanted to bring up the it's clobbering time.
Yeah, bring it up now.
Yeah.
That's
well,
fine.
okay. So speaking of Fan 4, apparently it's clobbering time. I don't know if you've heard this, not. It's clobbering time is a phrase that Ben Grimm's abusive brother used to say to him right before he would knock them around when they were children.
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah, so that'll make comic book fans
So
happy. Like,
that
what?
Because that means one of two things. That means either the Thing will never say his iconic line,
Right.
or it means every time he does, he is quoting his abusive as shit brother.
Yeah,
Right.
which is just like it just is so much poor taste. Like
Yeah.
what?
There is
What a
no
weird
good way
character
that you
trait
can go
to,
from
to
that.
change.
I was already against the Fan 4 reboot to begin with,
Yeah.
and that
Oh, yeah.
just sets it.
And that's the thing
That
that's sad
just
for me.
really hammers it.
I was going to go see it. I was
Mm-hmm.
going to go check it out, and because it does look like it might be a decent sci-fi movie.
Just like
Yeah,
the
you
Total
just-
Recall remake.
Yeah.
Not a great Total Recall movie, but it's a pretty good, just straight normal sci-fi movie.
You just have to put it out of your head that it's
Don't-
Total
That's
Recall.
right.
It's
That-
Fan
yeah.
4.
Right.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
That one, if you forget everything Dragon Ball related,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's fun.
not saying it's a good movie.
No.
I'm not saying it's a great movie. But you know what it is? It's a decent. I'm gonna munch some popcorn and watch an American kung fu flick.
Right.
I totally agree. It's not a great movie by any stretch, but it's fun if you don't
And that's
bring
the
in
thing.
Dragon Ball stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Fan 4 looks like it could have been on the higher end of it, where stuff like the Thomas Jane Punisher movie.
Mhm.
Now, I don't like it as a Punisher movie, but I love it as a mob revenge movie.
Right.
It's so good as a mob revenge movie, but it doesn't feel like the Punisher to me.
Yeah.
I loved Warzone. Warzone's my Punisher movie.
Is Warzone the one where he punched the guy's face in?
Warzone's the one where he's hanging from the chandelier and has
Yeah, that's right. The
Uzis going
Jigsaw,
around.
right? Jigsaw's
Yes.
the
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Yeah, and also one of my favorite bit part actor or smaller time actors of all time is in that movie. Wayne Knight,
Oh, yeah.
who is Dennis Nedry. He was Newman. He was Micro in there. He was in the movie Dunstan Checks In. He was the.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really like Wayne Knight.
And
Every time he shows up is a treat, and
And I haven't seen Warzone all the way through. I've only seen little bits and pieces.
my disc still works. I'll let you borrow it.
Yeah, but I will say, Ray Stevenson, I don't know anything about him acting-wise.
Badass.
But his look, I mean, like, ripped right from the fucking pages of
Yeah.
Punisher.
So I enjoyed them both, but that's because I
really like Thomas Jane,
read
too.
like one or two Punisher books.
Yeah, right.
So I never knew the backstory, and so
See-
it was all new to me, and that's why I enjoyed it.
I
I
like-
know a lot of people that didn't like that it was set in Miami and not New York.
You see that part's minor to me. To me, it was stuff like I like Thomas Jane. I like John Travolta. John Travolta was great at being
Yeah.
the bad guy in that.
Yeah.
And I loved seeing John Panette as a little side character. He's
The bigger guy, yeah.
And like when he's sitting there singing in the kitchen, like
Blimbo.
all those little things.
So funny.
And
It's the little things like, let's have his whole family fucking back.
yeah, that's the thing where it's the extended family gets whacked.
Yeah, it's like it just
And
seems excessive for no reason.
That's
other than-
excessive, and of course,
blowing it up.
the stupid little thing of, oh, his son bought him the shirt with the skull on it. That's why and so he doesn't even wear it till the end to the
Yeah.
final battle, and
He does paint one on his flak jacket, though.
he does. But here's the thing, and I know this may sound weird considering I just said that that wiping out the whole family was excessive.
Mhm.
On the other hand, the movie also kind of lacked balls. It lacked the balls of a Punisher movie. Like, great mob revenge movie, but it was just missing that something that every time I've seen Punisher, it's just very brutal. It's very
I
in the
agree.
comics.
I agree. As much as I love that movie, I do think that and it was right in that 2004 was right in that
Yeah.
weird stage where they still weren't comfortable with going full on with these movies.
You needed
But
a
you kinda
Rambo
need-
style.
You need that with Punisher. You need
Yeah.
to go as brutal and torturous as you fucking can.
Aren't they doing another one?
They're trying to, but he's He's gonna be
Daredevil.
in Daredevil season 2.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll see
Oh
where,
yeah, that's
we'll see
right.
where he
They're
goes with
trying to
that.
give him his own show. Also.
They want to branch that off
Yeah.
to his own show,
which would be fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I won't mind seeing him in his own show. And again, like I said, I love the Thomas Jane Punisher as just
Mob
as a
Revenge,
movie,
yeah.
as a mob revenge movie. It's just as far as Punisher goes,
Yeah.
give me Warzone any day.
Well, and it's
But-
like you mentioned that he doesn't wear the skull until the very end. It's
Yeah.
like, you know.
And this is nothing. I know Thomas Jane's a huge fan of Frank Castle.
I mean, yeah,
and
there
he
was
did-
nothing.
He did a wonderful job.
But yeah, that's like Batman not having his bat symbol. You
Yeah.
know? It's just like, come on, that's Punisher. Just make him.
It'd be
wear
like
it.
Daredevil not wearing the red suit to the last. Wait.
Yeah, wait a second.
Okay, no, I'm gonna let that one pass because that movie was, or
Yeah.
that 13
That
13-hour
13-hour
movie
Yeah.
that had to take a break every hour to remind us who was in it.
I forgot. I
With a
forgot.
2-minute opening.
Fucking crazy.
I forgot that Tennant was going to be playing Purple Man until I saw
Oh,
a
yeah.
post about Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
That's right. That's coming out soon.
And,
Oh, and now
which
that-
actually I was just watching last night. So yeah, I don't think I've said this on the podcast yet. I've never been a big Harry Potter fan. Like I tried reading the books when they first came out.
Yeah.
It didn't grab me. I had nothing against it. You know, J.K. Rowling's a great author. All that. I finally relented and Tropical Donut, who was a huge Harry Potter fan.
Total
Now,
pothead. Potterhead.
Potterhead. There you go. Now when I'm over at her place, we're going through the Harry Potter movies, and last night we did Goblet of Fire
And
David
who's in
Tennant
it? But David
as
Tennant.
Barty Crouch Jr., I believe.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, good. Because I normally mix up him, Cedric Diggory, and Sirius Black.
Oh, yeah,
those are
they
the three
named
names
them.
of, and they could be more different.
I know.
Gary Oldman, Robert Pattinson, and David Tennant. All three great actors.
Great British actors.
Great
Yeah.
actors.
That's funny.
All three have been in unfortunately bad movies or TV shows at some
Yeah.
point in their life.
I just watched a movie with Gary Oldman called Tiptoes.
Like I said.
Yeah, where Tiptoes, where he played a dwarf, along with Peter Dinklage. Okay.
Oh my God.
So and Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
Matthew McConaughey plays his brother. McConaughey is the only normal-sized person in a dwarf family. Okay.
Well, all right.
Yeah. And you know he has a kid with his wife, or he gets his wife pregnant, and she doesn't know that the rest of his family is dwarfs, and he's dead afraid that his kid's gonna be a dwarf. So you know he ends up breaking down, and needless to say, his wife ends up leaving him for Gary Oldman, his brother. It's insane. It's insane. The movie is insane. But halfway through the movie, I shit you not, McConaughey talks about the time he and his dwarf brother Gary Oldman were in a gay circle jerk
That is
with other little people.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You could have heard. I don't know if you could hear the reaction. It was a fart, and it's the only reaction you need for that.
I had Taco Bell for lunch.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah. So speaking of Gary Oldman being in bad movies,
Well, yeah,
There's that.
and that's the thing. Like Robert Pattinson, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
That it was a fortunate and unfortunate thing. Him in Twilight, fortunate because he made a fuck ton of money off those.
yeah.
But unfortunate as he'll even say, he fucking hated that. All of the actors hated those movies.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The Twilight movies,
Twilight
yeah.
movies. Yeah, all of, especially the main three.
That's the thing about
They-
contracts.
Yeah,
You're
they,
fucking
they all
stuck.
hated him,
Yeah.
and
Did they not read the script? They just said, "Hey, you want to be in a movie? Sure, let's go."
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, they were teenage actors and an actress.
He was an unknown British guy.
Yeah, they
Kristen
were-
Stewart was just getting her.
They were
Right.
all
You
unknowns.
know.
They were, had just hit the scene, and they
I don't
get.
think any of them really intended this to be the hits that it were, and then they would
Yeah.
go on to make all the other books.
I mean, that's
I think they
um,
think, oh, this is gonna fucking pan
Well,
out.
Lautner.
Yeah,
Taylor
yeah,
Lautner.
Taylor
He, he was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Which, well, a fun movie and
Yeah.
definitely worth a watch. Let's be honest, it was no Spy Kids.
No.
Um,
No, it's not.
and that's the thing. It's like all of them. I feel bad for them. At the very least, Kristen Stewart seems to be doing well for herself now.
Yeah,
But,
as they're moving away from that.
But yeah, I will say Patterson as Diggory was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Where'd this start? Oh, David Tennant.
David
Sorry.
Tennant, yeah.
Really?
Barney
It
Crouch.
started on Deadpool.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
fuck
speaking
you.
of-
We're past Deadpool now.
Speaking of Marvel, now that Marvel's got Spider-Man, he shot his cameo in Civil War. And
He shot Uncle Ben?
Yes.
Spider-Man shot
He sh-
Uncle Ben?
Well, that's the new twist they're doing.
Okay.
Spider-Man is
But
he's
that's-
his own
that's
creator.
why he-
But
He's
Uncle
going
Ben,
in this.
I did hear about this twist.
Yeah.
The bullet hole, they do a close-up on it, and rice is just leaking out of Uncle Ben.
Huh.
Yeah.
He's actually made of rice.
Huh.
And then it's a mystery that Peter has to solve as he becomes the world's greatest detective and dons a suit with spiders on it because that's what he fears the most. He's an arachnophobe.
It's literally little spiders that he glued together.
Yeah.
This actually sounds like something Fox would put
Yeah.
It
out.
turns out they're all rice people at the end.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Kind
but
of like
now-
Soylent Green.
They are
Right.
ricin.
That's the second Soylent
They are
Green
ricin.
reference.
They are ricin.
Oh boy.
Oh, damn it, there's actually rice in this.
Yeah. Now you're eating Uncle Ben. But yeah, he shot his cameo, and I hear that there's an awesome battle between Spider-Man and unnamed villain. I wasn't told the villain. That will probably be the highlight superhero battle of next year. So
Wait, in Captain America's movie, the
in
best
Captain
fight,
America's movie, the best fight is with Spider-Man and some unknown villain or unnamed villain.
Unnamed villain or unnamed person?
Well,
No, wait.
I shouldn't say villain. You're right. I was just told.
No, wait,
there's
is
another
Spidey
person.
helping Cap fight this person?
I wasn't told whose side
'Cause that would be fine.
Peter takes. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, like if Cap is at least involved in this fight,
Yes,
okay.
right.
But
Okay.
if you go by the books, he starts out with Tony Stark. And
He
him and
does, but
Tony
this is the
Stark were
thing.
up there with
It's going to be
Caterpillar
very
Yeah, but
different
he-
from the books.
But he
because,
switches sides.
after he gets the Iron Spider suit.
well, here's
It was
the.
a bit after because it was the one major incident that made a lot of people switch sides, made a lot of anti-Rangers fear for their lives and go crawling back to Tony Stark, and made a lot of Tony Stark supporters, the pro-Rangers, turn and go to Steve Rogers. In fact, that's how the Human Torch and the Invisible Woman wound up on the anti-Reg. It was when Ragnarok, the cybernetic clone of Thor, killed Goliath. Cored him right through. Well, he was giant, and,
Yeah, okay.
and for some reason he didn't shrink back down, or they couldn't shrink him back down.
One of the two.
So Tony Stark paid for 38 burial plots in a cemetery, and they buried him. And,
It's been a while since I read the book. There's only
yeah.
bits and pieces.
Well,
that I
in the
remember.
movie is going to differ so much.
Oh,
from the
oh,
book
yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no secret identities in the MCU.
Right.
So they're going to have to like switch.
Yeah,
They're going to have to
right.
really switch. There's no secret identities to the point that it was
Yeah.
in Civil War, where
Well,
it was like literally
There's
the
not,
main
e- there-
contention.
there's not enough heroes.
Right.
Like, they might exist,
Yeah.
but they're not really there.
Right.
Yeah, you can't really bring in the whole Marvel universe in
Right.
just one.
So
movie.
it'll be interesting.
You can bring in Squirrel Girl.
You can. Just saying, she's there. They got her in their
Here we go
back
again.
pocket, just waiting.
You know,
Dude, I want a Squirrel Girl movie.
I'd go see it.
I'd watch
Squirrel
it.
Girl
Good or not,
and-
I'd go see it.
And Black Widow.
Speaking of
Yeah.
animals,
Is this about the
Uh,
fact that Sam can't talk to birds in the MCU? Because he really should.
He should. That's a good point.
Can in the comics.
Yeah, you can talk to Ant-Man's.
He can talk to birds all he wants. They won't answer.
Yeah, they won't respond.
I want Red Wing, damn it.
But for Spider-Man solo movie, I'm hearing that the villain will be Kraven the Hunter.
Oh.
Yeah, which
Speaking of Squirrel Girl.
I have been waiting for Kraven to be a villain in the Spider-Man cinematic universe for so long because he's such a great villain. And
He really is,
It's
yeah.
something. It's somebody we haven't seen yet. You know, let's give the Goblins a fucking break.
Oh, shit. Actually,
And we haven't had a story
What have
that
we
he
had?
would bring.
it's too bad this isn't coming out for a while. Because,
Yeah, this is like 2018
because that's the thing. Like, right now, with all the shit with Cecil and the other Lionsgate
Right?
poach,
I think it would be very
having the
topical.
poacher as the villain,
Yeah, brilliant.
100%. Everyone's gonna hate him immediately because it's and
Exactly.
probably still at that point.
Right? Exactly. I think that is
It's
a
kind of a
smart-
sad story, though.
Wait, Kraven.
Kraven?
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
Kraven could go fuck himself.
Well, that's the thing. He was a sad. It was a sad story back when like his sensibility of being a hunter was not as villainous back in like the 50s and 60s when he was created. But now, I mean, people look at
They're fucked
he's
up.
got a fucking lion head for a vest. He's a fucking villain at this point in
Yeah,
our
but it's
culture.
pleather.
Is it pleather or is
It's
it an
pleather.
actual?
No,
it's
no,
not
it's
an actual
pleather.
lion.
No, it's not an actual
It
lion.
should be an actual lion.
I think
in,
actually
in
it
the
isn't.
movie they should.
Yeah,
should
it
be.
is a lion. Dumbass.
But I just think that's brilliant, and I really think they should. I know it's just a rumor, but I really hope it's true because I think he would make a great villain for Spider-Man.
Oh,